Welcome to Actuate Water Faucet, an innovative blockchain faucet dedicated to revolutionizing water management in communities, especially in northeastern Kenya. By leveraging blockchain technology, Actuate Water ensures fair access to clean and reliable water sources. This initiative not only empowers economic prosperity and educational advancement, but also contributes to reduced crime rates. Our project incorporates a 3-day creative training program for community development workers. These workers will educate households about transformative change, what we call metanoia. This process involves envisioning the future they desire, understanding their current conditions, and mapping out how to achieve that future. Within the Actuate Water Faucet, we offer an innovative 8-week learning program. This hybrid program combines online and physical meetings, catering to diverse learning preferences and schedules. Participants actively engage in these sessions and earn tokens as incentives for their contributions. These tokens serve a dual purpose. They not only reward individual participation but also empower community development workers. With these tokens, workers can train households within their communities, amplifying the program's impact far beyond the immediate participants. This creates a cycle of empowerment and knowledge sharing, enhancing community resilience and well-being. Our solution facilitates economic activities like agriculture and small-scale businesses. It also alleviates the burden on children, particularly girls, who often miss school to fetch water from distant sources. Through Actuate Water's faucet, communities unlock their economic potential, promote sustainable growth, and foster a brighter future for all. Join us in transforming lives with Actuate Water. Together, we can build a sustainable and prosperous future. Welcome to Actuate Water Faucet, an innovative blockchain faucet dedicated to revolutionizing water management in communities, especially in northeastern Kenya. By leveraging blockchain technology, Actuate Water ensures fair access to clean and reliable water sources. This initiative not only empowers economic prosperity and educational advancement, but also contributes to reduced crime rates. Our project incorporates a 3-day creative training program for community development workers. These workers will educate households about transformative change, what we call metanoia. This process involves envisioning the future they desire, understanding their current conditions, and mapping out how to achieve that future. Within the Actuate Water Faucet, we offer an innovative 8-week learning program. This hybrid program combines online and physical meetings, catering to diverse learning preferences and schedules. Participants actively engage in these sessions and earn tokens as incentives for their contributions. These tokens serve a dual purpose. They not only reward individual participation but also empower community development workers. With these tokens, workers can train households within their communities, amplifying the program's impact far beyond the immediate participants. This creates a cycle of empowerment and knowledge sharing, enhancing community resilience and well-being. Our solution facilitates economic activities like agriculture and small-scale businesses. It also alleviates the burden on children, particularly girls, who often miss school to fetch water from distant sources.
Okay, thank you very much, Frida, for reminding us about the vision and the mission for Actuate Water. So good evening, everyone, and thank you very much, Daktari, for making time to our meeting. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome everyone to session 3 of cohort 3. And we are delighted to have such an engaged and passionate group with us today as we continue with this journey of learning, collaboration, and transformation. So today we have the distinct honor of hosting a truly inspiring guest, Miss Cynthia Meli, the CEO of Tuhifadhi Mchanga Initiative. Cynthia is a leader and a change maker whose work embodies the essence of community-driven and sustainable solutions, and her organization is deeply committed to preserving and protecting our environment. With a strong focus on sustainable land management practices that empower communities to take an active role in shaping the future. This session is an extraordinary opportunity to dive into the innovative approaches to environmental preservation and explore how they resonate with our mission of creating sustainable, impactful change. As we engage with Cynthia's wealth of knowledge and insights, I encourage each one of you to actively participate, ask questions, share your thoughts, and make the most out of this session. So let us take a moment to appreciate the power of coming together to learn from one another and build ideas that truly make a difference. So without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our guest, Ms. Cynthia Melly. Cynthia, we are so honored to have you with us today, and we cannot wait to hear your insights. Thank you very much. Cynthia, you're welcome. Miss Cynthia, you can go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Good
Hello.
evening. Yes, we can hear you.
So my name is Cynthia Mumo, and I'm the founder of Tuhifadhi Mchanga Initiative. It's a youth-led group that promotes and advocates for soil health through empowering communities on how to conserve this silent hero. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to myself through this webinar. I'm happy to share with you my experience with this initiative in advocating for this unsung hero. Thank you. Hello, Barbara.
Hello, Cynthia. Yes.
Yes, back to you. I've done my introduction.
Okay, you can proceed to the rest of your presentation before I can welcome our CEO.
Okay. So I don't have any presentation prepared, but I can tell you about our initiative. So
Yes.
our mission is to combat climate change through addressing soil degradation, as it is the key to achieving SDG goals, both directly and indirectly. Soil provides a lot of raw materials, but it's overlooked in environmental events and forums. We want a future where soil is able to provide all these ecosystem services as it enriches us while still maintaining and conserving its biodiversity for a sustainable future for generations to come. So as a Tuhifadhi Mchanga initiative, we've made some significant steps in conserving our environment. So we have collaborated with a CBO and an NGO near Roysambu area, where we want to spread awareness and conservation of important natural resources such as wetlands and soil. And we've been doing this through hands-on activities such as tree planting events in the area. And currently, we wanted to introduce a grass called vetiver that is efficient in soil conservation measures. It has a lot of benefits. I hope after this session you will we'll all go and learn more about vetiver grass. Since it's our first year, we hope to achieve more on soil health awareness and projects to other counties, not only in Nairobi, and do more capacity building and engage with farmers and communities and make significant impacts through soil. So far, so good. I can say it has been a fruitful journey, but as I'm progressing, I can say land reclamation is still an issue. As you do these projects, you'll require permission from landowners to do any kind of activity on their land. And this may take time because there are a lot of decision-making processes before someone gives you permission. And as these processes take time, soil is at stake of being degraded, and action is needed quickly to combat soil loss. As preventing soil loss, you'll be addressing food insecurity issues because loss of soil, like the top fertile soil, is the section of a soil horizon that contains a lot of nutrients and minerals for plant uptake and our necessary activities as humans. So when we interfere with soil, we really interfere with a lot of activities and ecosystem services that exist beneath our feet. Thank you. Back to you, Barbara.
Okay, thank you very much, Cynthia, for such an engaging and thought-provoking presentation of what you do at Tuhifadhi Mchanga Initiative and your insights into soil degradation and its far-reaching impact are both enlightening and a critical reminder of the challenges we are facing in building a sustainable future. And then your emphasis on soil health awareness as a foundational aspect of environmental preservation truly resonates. And then healthy soil is not just about agriculture, it's a cornerstone for biodiversity, water management, and climate resilience. The connection you drew between soil conservation and the Sustainable Development Goals highlights how tackling soil degradation is central to achieving global goals, from eradicating hunger to combating climate change. And I want to say that I'm particularly inspired by the way your organization is collaborating with NGOs to raise awareness, and partnerships like this amplify the impact of your work and demonstrate the power of collective action in addressing environmental challenges. And it's exciting how you're leveraging community education and advocacy to foster a deeper understanding of the soil's role in our ecosystem. And your discussion on the role of gases which are efficient in soil conservation was a fascinating perspective, and it shows how science and innovation can drive sustainable solutions. This point actually underscores the importance of integrating technical advances into traditional practices to enhance the health of the soil, sorry. And then I think your work with the Tuhifadhi Mchanga initiative is not only impactful, but also a testament to what's possible when passion, collaboration, and innovation come together. And I'm truly inspired by your leadership and your commitment to creating a better future for generations to come. Thank you very much for sharing your journey with us today. And I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our CEO, Dr. Macharia, to give us a few remarks. Dr. You're welcome.
Thank you, Barbara. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Tuhifadhi Mchanga. Tuhifadhi, that means also conserve the soil. It's about the conserving the topsoil. Am I correct?
Yes.
Or conserving
Cynthia?
the topsoil. Yeah. Yeah. It's about conserving the topsoil. Yeah, the topsoil. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Macharia. Also, our organization solely deals with the soil health in general, not only the top profile, but also, I think the whole, for healthy soil, you must have, I want to put it in like soil comprises of layers. It's like a cake. So when the top layer, like the cream, the topsoil, as now when we are collaborating with Roysambu Green Foundation and with wetlands conservation, our main issue was erosion. So at the moment we are tackling erosion, but we also have other venues where we want to tackle soil health, such as pollution. I think when you see rivers like Nairobi River or lakes where there's a lot of contamination, the soils nearby are also contaminated. And soon after we've completed this project with WCO and RGF, we hope to venture to more on soil pollution. So we are not only looking at soil profile only, we want to look at biodiversity, we want to look at all aspects of soil, salinity, acidicity, etc. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Cynthia. So the soil has how many layers? You see there's topsoil layer and then the other layers. They vary depending on where you are. So in general, how many layers we have in a soil? Because the topsoil is the fine one that is growing things like grass. And then what is the next layer beneath the topsoil? I don't know, CD. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So you asking, so the topmost layer is made up of humus, which is the collection of all decayed plant leaves and all. And then now we have the horizon, the topsoil. Then we have the alluviation layer, we have the subsoil, and then now we have the parent material down. Yes.
Okay. Now, did you say the two organizations, RTS and WCO? RTS is what? Roysabu? You're working with the RTS and WCO. What do those acronyms stand for? I'm asking because I did not get the names very clearly.
Okay, so WCO is Wetlands Conservation Organization. It's a youth-led public benefit organization that deals with wetlands restoration and rehabilitation. They advocate for policies around the protection of this natural resource, while Roysambu Green Foundation is a local center-based organization which champions for climate smart agriculture and also fights for environmental awareness.
Oh, Roysabu, it's Green Foundation. Okay, RGF.
Yes, Roysambu Green Foundation.
Okay, it's RGF. So, is Roysabu Green Foundation focused on the urban area, or are they working in the rural areas as well?
Roysambu Green Foundation is a local CBO, so they work with the local community. I say it's a good opportunity to partner with them because they know the community better and they will help us make an impactful change.
When you say local, you mean local to Roysabu?
Yes. It's a local CBO, center-based organization.
In Roysabu. Roysabu is a suburb on its own Thika Road.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned something like grass? I didn't get. Is it grass?
Yes.
Vetiver
called
grass.
vetiver. Yes, vetiver.
Vetiver grass.
Yes.
Oh, what is that? Oh, why is it so desirable? Vetiver grass. I have never heard of that. Well, I have not heard of many things, but I don't know what does it do, this vetiver grass.
So recently through our activities, we met with an association called Vetiver Association Group in Kenya through a lady called Nancy Wamboi. She's the one who actually introduced us to Vetiver. So we've been to her farm and saw how they established the vetiver, the different growing stages. It's a wonderful grass to incorporate into your farm, especially if you're facing erosion on slopes. So apart from that, it has a lot of benefits as it's a nitrogen fixer. It has also medicinal benefits. Yeah.
So does it grow tall or is carpet grass on the ground?
It does grow tall up to, I don't think itafikisha 1 meter. It's quite short, but not long. It doesn't spread.
It grows like, say, a bit, maybe a 2 feet tall.
Not per se. The ones that we saw at the field were, say, 1 meter.
1 meter tall, that's very tall grass. 1 meter is 3 feet. That's quite tall.
No,
because
you can say 1.5. Let's put it at 1.5 feet.
That can grow as tall as Napier grass.
Yes.
Okay, wow, that's a tall grass. So then people can even harvest it for feeding their cattle or cows. But this is in the urban area. Roysab is in urban areas. People don't have cows to feed.
Okay, so we were mainly introducing the vetiver there to control the soil erosion around the dam. When we are doing our site visits during our project, you could see like a lot of soil is being carried away, and one way to restore the wetland is through conserving this soil. So we want to establish this vetiver to control the sedimentation going to the dam nearby the school.
Okay. Well, that's good. The vetiver is nitrogen fixing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why it's interesting because none of the grass I have known before could fix nitrogen. So it's kind of leguminous. It's surprising. Does it produce seeds?
No. The method of propagation is through seeds.
It's through what? You broke off on that. You said the method of propagation is through, then what disappears?
So when it reaches a harvesting stage, you'll cut it and uproot the whole clamp and divide the seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Wow, that's grass. So you see the pollution like this wetlands. You mentioned Nairobi River. Where does most of that pollution in Nairobi River come? I mean, because Nairobi River is so polluted, but I don't know where does it come from? Are people actively putting chemicals in Nairobi River?
Okay, so the main driver of pollution, I can say, is agricultural practices and also industrial activities. When we assess the land, when we assess the wetland and did a bit of citizen science, we could see like there are phosphate levels and nitrate levels, meaning the area around are polluting the river through fecal and also the people using a bit of nitrogenous fertilizers. So I can say the pollution from these rivers mainly come from erosion, unsustainable agricultural practices, and also if these rivers are located around industrial manufacturing sites, you can see they emit their waste towards these rivers. And that's where we come in as a youth to take care of these resources and restore them to their original state.
Okay. Now, do you talk to the manufacturers? Because they say the manufacturing companies are throwing their effluent materials there.
Okay, I haven't started with on collaborating with that. I want first to finish this project in restoring the wetland in Roysambu. so that I may move forward to pollution in rivers and
Okay.
sort.
Now you say you also plant trees in the Roysabo Green. Roysabo Green. What kind of trees are you planting?
So this most of the tree planting events are hosted by the Roysambu Green Foundation. We just partner with them and show collaboration on ground. So for the tree species, they get the trees from Kefri.
Yes.
Yes, some of the tree species that I've seen them planting is like the cedar.
Okay. So,
Not to mention a few, but I can't speak fully on for Roysambu Green Foundation.
okay. See that. So you tell us more about your organization itself. You are a group of young people, and what you hope to expand. Your the vision is to conserve soil. Now you have started in Nairobi County, but you hope to expand to other counties.
Yes.
Okay.
So
When you go
since
to
yes,
when you
please
go to
go
other
on.
counties, will you go through the schools, high schools, primary schools to help plant the trees?
Well, we first want to something quite important is engaging with the local community, having meetings with them and understanding the environmental problems or issues that they face so that we may address the specific challenge they are facing. We don't want to go to counties and just push for our agendas. We want to work with the communities. First, probe them concerning issues affecting them. Especially, we want to work closely with farmers, smallholder farmers. As we can see, as an organization, we saw the gap. Like, I think the last census, when it was being done, you could see the smallholder farmer part wasn't capturing quite a lot. So as an organization, we want to, get good communication with farmers, probe data out of them through concerning soil conservation measures and how this, if they are carrying out any conservation measures, how the conservation measures have, if they have any effect on soil where they are practicing their farming. Yeah, that's
Okay, awesome. I think a lot of farmers will benefit from understanding the grass, that vetiver grass, because it's nutritious to the animals. Those are small patches who like to graze their cows. And if the grass is fixing nitrogen in the soil, that's very good grass for alternating with their crops. If they're too small, very small holder farmers, they only have a small patch of land, so they may not alternate their crops with grass. I don't know. But you're saying the grass can grow as long as 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters. That is grass that's long enough that can operate like Napier grass for feeding their cows or for feeding cattle for the smallholder farmers.
but the main reason for introducing the vetiver grass was also to filter out the toxic semi-constituents in the nearby water. As I told you earlier, when we are doing a bit of citizen science, we noticed that the water contains a bit of pollutants such as the nitrates and phosphates. So in collaboration with the Wetlands Conservation and their partnership with the World Water Quality Alliance, they're the ones who introduced the vetiver association group to introduce this vetiver to see how it can conserve soil through filtering these toxic chemicals and also stabilizing soil along these steep slopes around the dam.
Okay. So it's able to actually pull the nitrogen out of the water. Yeah, nitrogen, phosphorus. Okay, so well, this is good. I think it's your project has great potential and serious work ahead. So now your organization is gonna need some serious boost to grow. So are you recruiting people to help you in your organization?
At the moment, I had advertised a volunteer advertisement on my LinkedIn, where I got around 50 applicants. Yes, and I'll still do more advertisements as we grow our organization.
Okay, are you getting support from local MCAs, say like in Roysabu, local politicians, or the local government?
Okay, we do interact with each other.
Yeah.
As this is our first year,
Yes.
I can't say we've really interacted so much with the MCAs or whatnot, but I look forward towards working with the county government and also Ministry of Agriculture and also other ministries that soil impacts them.
Okay. Is it Ministry of and then I think there's, I don't know whether it's a ministry that deals with reforestation. I have no clue. But that's good. Now see, we have a summit this December. Will you be coming to share your experiences with people at the summit?
The Africa Climate Summit.
No, the Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit at Kenyatta University.
Which date?
It's going to be on December 3 to 6.
I think we might be available apart from 5th. On 5th, we'll be holding an event. It's a World Soil Day at Roysambu, where we'll be educating the public on the role of soil health in environmental conservation. So
Okay.
I'll be available apart from 5th.
Yeah, work with Barbara. She will help you understand how to participate in the summit in December, and then you can bring all your colleagues to the summit. So in the days that you guys are available. All right.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And back to you, Barbara.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Macharia and Cynthia, for a wonderful presentation. And I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome Diana Amondi to give us updates about the summit. Diana, if you're here, you can update us about the summit. Okay, Diana is not here with us, so I'm going to mention a few things about the summit. First is that we introduced the free pass, whereby you can be able to be a part of the summit by buying 5 Actuate tokens. And that will be approximately $10. You can be able to buy the 5 Actuate tokens and create a liquidity pool with the tokens. And with the liquidity pool, you get to acquire what we call the NFT number. And when you come to the summit, your NFT number will be your ticket number. And second is that we are going to have the biomedical industrial city, which will be unveiled at the Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit from 3rd to 6th. And do not miss out on this momentous event. And I'll be sharing a link to the video that you can be able to use if you want to get more information about the biomedical city. And lastly is that we have a few days left, which is a few weeks left to the summit, and do not miss out. Use this opportunity to buy the Actuate tokens to create a liquidity pool. And if you need guidance about the creation of liquidity pools, you can always reach out to any of us in the team, and we are going to guide you. With that being said, I'm going to maybe ask our CEO to maybe mention a few other updates about the summit, which I might have forgotten. So Dr. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. So the summit is right here upon us. What you have worked on for a whole year has arrived. Now the question is whether have you arrived yourself? The summit has arrived. There's no doubt about that. It has arrived, has drawn lots of interest from from high places. High places, I can tell you. Now, if you want to get in the high places, you come to the summit. And I think the top of it all, which is the crux of the matter, was the emergence of the Biomedical City project. The Biomedical City project even came to me by surprise, although it has always been there, but it's kind of was hiding in the background to manifest at these very, very final days and to show up at the summit. Now, well, it's like it is like when it is written, I'll come to you like a thief. Can you be a thief in the night? That is what the Biomedical City has done. And this Biomedical City project, it's a large capital project, very large indeed, because on surface area itself, it occupies more than 5,000 acres of land. More than 5,000 acres. Imagine 5,000 acres. 5,000 acres is, say for example, one university like University of Nairobi, all of it, where it occupies there, from where? From the university way, going all the way to Chiromo, to Arboretum Park, State House Road, all that is 100 acres. 100 acres, multiply that by 50 to get 1,000. It's like 50 University of Nairobi's. So it is, if you're looking at the town of Nairobi, it is at the distance between the end of Uhuru Highway, the beginning of Waiyaki Way, where Waiyaki begins, at the what do they call that casino? That casino hill at the University of Nairobi, the junction, which all starts the Waiyaki Way, going all the way to Kikuyu. See, that's 5,000 acres for you. All the land involved, right, left, along that road. So it's a very large project. This large project would have 4 distinct districts. We call them districts, or maybe we should call them sub-counties, but they are districts that will be serving 4 distinct things based on the One Health theory. So One Health is the theory of human health, economic health, environmental health, and what? And animal health. So we have a district for each one of those. So, but the Biomed City itself, we call it Biomedical Industrial City, because it's going to be an epicenter for biomedical research, technology, industrial development, education, and manufacturing. So the place for discovery. So in one district, there'll be 1,000 acres. 1,000 acres, which is called high-tech district. That is where all the hospitals and research universities will be located. We estimate that at the end of the project, when it's fully built, that may be several years later, it will have 5 hospitals like Kenyatta National Hospital. Each one, they're specialty hospitals working on different diseases and research on different diseases and types. So it becomes now the epicenter for biomedicine, where we can actually do medical tourism, that people from other countries will come to Kenya to get medical care. Right now, Kenyans are going to other countries to receive medical care. But when Biomedical City is complete, then people will be traveling from other countries. And when I mean other countries, I don't just mean the African countries, because even now, people are coming to Nairobi from Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Zaire for medical care. But you are talking about people coming from countries like United States to receive medical care, coming from Europe to receive medical care in Africa, and coming from even Asian countries to receive medical care. and those who can afford, because that's expensive, instead of our people going out for medical care, they will be receiving medical care right there at home. So that's why it's a monumental project and has taken quite a bit of time to put together. Then there it has got a hospitality district. Hospitality districts will have world-class hotels and even world-class hospitality university, where we can learn how to take care of our guests, foreign guests who are coming from outside for medical tourism. But in Kenya is leading in another kind of tourism, which is for animals alone. People come from all over the world to see the animals. They say when they're coming to the animals or the wildlife, can they also stop by? I mean, can they first of all come and see and receive medical care? And then we have also built, working with understanding that Kenya is a wildlife tourism country. We build wildlife tourism in the Barmet city, because it's gonna be somewhere in the eastern part of Naivasha, southeast Naivasha, which is well, in the Rift Valley. It's a tourist destination, and so there's a lot of tourism activities around there, from mountain tourism, soil tourism, animal tourism, and then medical tourism, even geological tourism. So a lot of work in tourism, a lot of business opportunities there. So that is the tourism district. Then we shall have another district known as agricultural district. It will have its own university or universities, because also 1,000 acres. And well, we will have, universities such as JKUAT and Egerton, with their cutting edge agricultural university research. And then we make the translation, place for translating that agricultural knowledge into commercial products, so that people actually do implement, knowledge-based agriculture in Kenya. So we have that agricultural district, also very big one. Then next to it, we have animal health districts, and this animal health is both for studying domestic animals and wildlife. So it's gonna have its own university, because, and we have inspired, this one inspired by Texas A&M University, which has got a very huge animal health, school of animal health, called veterinary medicine. So, and then it is built with the animals in Africa in mind, particularly even tourism. So it is created spaces for animals to roam around, walk around, and you then figure out how to get into the city, the big project itself. So, unlike now, the way Nairobi is, where animals just creep up in people's houses, the Barmet city itself, it was going to attract animals, and animals, the master plan for the master plan for the city is built with animals in mind throughout all the districts, whether it's in the biomedical district, whether it is in the hospitality districts, there will be animals all through, and it's going to be a managed process. So when you come to the summit, you will see the master plan. It's going to be unveiling for that master plan, which is mind-blowing. We worked on it for 2 years at Texas A&M University College of Architecture, and then now University of Nairobi is doing the rest to bring it at home. The video that Barbara is sending was the handover ceremony from the College of Architecture at College of Architecture in Texas, at the Hilton Hotel. So what is in it for you? See, that's a very large capital project. Number one, that this, and what is new, what is highly innovative about this is it's that the Biomed City project is a tokenized real estate project. We are going to tokenize every single penny of the investment that's going to pour into that Biomed City. So tokenization means that First of all, we have the Actuate token, which is the foundation token. You can say that's at the foundation of all these projects. And then this Actuate token, now if you're holding Actuate token, know that you've got the first right for participating in the biomedical city project itself. And then you can be saying you're an owner through the Actuate token. So it's gonna, the biomedical city project is going to power the Actuate token in incredible ways. So that's one. And that's why really you want to take those Actuate tokens very seriously, just in case you are not taking them seriously by now. So number two is that the biomedical city project will have its own token. This token is going to be a stable coin, a token for helping transactions. That token would be specifically for underwriting. That's what I'm saying, the underwriting, the real estate investment. Okay. So, and you'll know about it during the summit. We're going to be revealed that link. And to underwrite, maybe many of you have not heard of that term, underwriting. Maybe it's like writing underneath something. So when you receive finance from somebody, say for example, when I tell you we are arranging financing partners through a syndicated financing program, which is some people, large organizations from the United States, others from Europe, others from Middle East. And what these people do, well, they have large capital. This is the kind of money that you won't find in your grandmother's house. No, it's a lot of money. But then that money comes with a lot of risk. Okay. So that risk, when people contribute money to your project, they're not contributing that money because of how much they love you. They don't really care about you as such. What they care about is how much money they're going to make by contributing the money to the project. And that's why it is very dangerous to go and borrow money, large capital like that, if you do not know how to pay it back, because you get owned by those people. And that getting owned is what we call colonization. You get actually colonized once again. So if you're not careful, that's the kind of project that would get us recolonized, because it's in its total capital outlay for building it up all the way to the end, it will take something like $5 billion. And see, $5 billion is not money that you're even going to find in the National Treasury in Kenya. That's a lot of money. Even the governor of central bank would say, come on, are you out of your mind? But you see, when you have tokens, you are not out of your mind anymore. You are in your mind, because a token can handle all that. The token can underwrite as many billions of dollars you can put up, because tokens such as Actuate token, even the Biomedical City project, when they underwrite the token, means that once somebody gives you some money, say somebody gives you $10, then you can mint $10 in form of tokens and issue them in the marketplace. They start trading. So if somebody was going to issue $100 million, then it means that you issue equivalent quantity of tokens into the marketplace, and then they appear in the exchanges. That means those tokens themselves are liquid, and you have already received the liquid cash. So you have liquid cash that is already represented in the market. So that means that every dollar that you receive from an investor is already encoded on the blockchain itself. That's what you're talking about underwriting. I think we should replace that underwriting term. We call it other encoding. Other encoding, because every dollar you receive becomes encoded in the blockchain, and that means that the dollar is already trading, but then it's also available for you to use for the project development. Can you believe that? That has happened because of blockchain. That is what people would call miracle. Such miracles were not possible in the centralized finance. in a centralized finance system, you would have to sell everything, I mean, even sell your own small children so that you can provide guarantee that you'll be able to pay, and sign lots of documents with so many people saying that if you fail to pay, we are going to take this thing away from you. But now you cannot fail to pay if the project is already underwritten in token. And so then those tokens, then if the tokens are used for underwriting, then how do they also tokenize? How do they tokenize the real estate? Now, the real estate itself, whether it is high-tech real estate like biomedical district, it is real estate. It eventually boils down to plots. Bloti makuta makuta. The plots, you see, just like they advertise on radio. Then you have a lot of people interested in buying plots. And people can buy plots because there's going to be, say, for example, in a 1,000 acre biomedical district, it's going to have mixed land uses. For example, if you have 1,000 acres, say like that is like 10 University of Nairobi's. Yeah. So 10 University of Nairobi. So University of Nairobi itself has got where you have the main campus, then it has student housing, and then it has lecture halls, and it has laboratories, but it has a lot of stuff, people living, going to work in that in the university. So in that 10,000 acres, that's 10 University of Nairobi's, there's a lot of land to build housing estates. Because a housing estate, 100 acres of housing estate is a lot of land. A lot of land, say like what, it's like Muthaiga, say like Ruda Estate, that's 100 acres or so, or even less. Ruda is a lot less than 100 acres. So you can see, or say Roysab, what you're talking about here. It's 100 acres. So it's going to be different land uses. Like there'll be lands for houses. So there's going to be people who are interested in developing single family homes, people interested in developing duplexes, people interested in developing apartment complexes. They will have room to buy apartments, to buy spots, or to book spots, or to book lands or plots where they can develop those different type of properties. And then it will have land for schools, say other civic areas like schools, religious areas like churches, and so on and so forth. So it's an all-inclusive development that's constructed with the human being in mind. It's not just a building for hospitals, but then there are people who live there and there are people who work there. And so is the hospitality district. So hospitality districts also is going to have lots of housing projects and lots of maybe smaller businesses like restaurants. You think everything you can find in a city has got so many different buildings, and so there is going to be possibility for owning a small piece of property there, and then you can develop together. And so that's how you come in. In the presentation of the master plan during the summit, you will see where you can participate. Now, a lot of that land, like those housing projects, they are going to be tokenized. They can actually participate in owning a certain aspect of property by just holding certain number of tokens. That's what we're talking about, tokenization. And so these tokens, the tokens like Actuate token and the tokens for the Biomed City project, which are going to be underwriting the project, they will be available. They're going to be tracked different ways, because we have now, this type of thing is done in 3 stages. The first stage is a development company that puts together the infrastructure. So the infrastructure means electricity, water, roadways, and telecommunication, on the internet, but broadband. So you see their business opportunity for those people who can lay down that type of work, they come in. And then they have, for them to participate in that, they get tokens, they acquire tokens to be considered. And then there is the real estate management company, which will now be, allocating plots to different people, different partners who are interested, even different participants, even like yourself. You don't need $1 billion to participate in a plant then, in a plot. It will be small plots like just small plots to build single family home, like let's say 1 acre plots, or even half an acre, quarter acre, or 50 by 50. Just like in the usual way, that people can actually reserve plots that way. And the mechanism for reserving is through the tokens. So the tokens themselves help you to gain the right to have a piece of ownership in that piece of property. And then that real estate company itself will now manage the real estate, the property, let's say property development. So who develops what houses? And because it's master planned and you're working with the architects, then the housing and apartments, they all have to be master planned and built according to certain specifications. So that is the Biomed City project. We can see once it's actually ongoing, Kenya, it will to change Kenya economy for good, because having a project like that is very significant for our nation. And I believe that we can do it. What has been so difficult to do is before was to discover how to underwrite the project, because as you know, it requires a very sophisticated finance market, like capital markets, let's say. So the Capital Markets Authority in Kenya, the Nairobi Stock Exchange, it cannot comprehend that type of work. It doesn't understand it. It's incomprehensible. Maybe they do it, maybe it's incomprehensible by what? It's by design. They do not want to understand it, because if they understand that level of capital formation, it means that the country will be developed and we are going to stop being dependent on Western nations. So the Capital Market Authority deliberately fails to understand capital formation of that nature. And that's what makes such projects impossible to do in Africa, not just Kenya, because we do not understand capital formation and you see, this capital formation is what's known as financial engineering. Financial engineering is a subject or discipline that has been taught at Jomo Kenyatta University since 2010. But as Jomo Kenyatta University is teaching financial engineers, Capital Markets Authority in Kenya does not use the financial engineers who are trained in JQuat. So those financial engineers trained in JQuat, they find their jobs out of the country very quickly. So they go to work in Asia or to work in Europe or United States in the capital markets when we have a capital markets there. But we don't have to worry about that anymore at all, because we have decentralized finance. Decentralized finance on the blockchain, such as Uniswap, is the ultimate capital market of the world. Because so even if we had to go with capital markets in Nairobi, the Nairobi Stock Exchange is just Nairobi. But when you go to PancakeSwap to do capital formation, you're not talking about Nairobi, you are talking about the entire world. And if the capital is being formed through a decentralized platform such as PancakeSwap, it's also going to be in Uniswap, it will be in Uniswap, it's going to be in every other DeFi market for a total of more than 100 decentralized finance markets in the world. So that is capital formation on steel. That is what blockchain has given us the capacity to do. Okay, so this way we have to keep telling you, get into the blockchain, get in right now, right now when it's out. Now, another good news is that Silo Foundation, Silo Africa DAO, Silo Africa Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is now going to be in partnership with us in that particular tokenization of that Biomed City project, plus all the other things we've been talking about in our Learn to Earn sessions. For example, tokenizing universal health access. So we're gonna work together with Silo blockchain. By the way, those people who do not know, Silo blockchain is quite similar to Ethereum blockchain, because Silo, like Ethereum, is built on Solidity. Actuate token is already on Silo, and so that is not a very hard nut to crack. It just had to happen. So Silo Africa DAO now joins us as a partner for universal health access. That is global health. We produce global health together. So when you have Silo blockchain is a platform which emerged from Ethereum network way back when in 2016. Then forming capital for such Biomed City project becomes a walk in the park. See that? Because Silo is found in California, and Silo has got 2 tokens I know of. Maybe they have more. They have the Silo token itself, which trades in the market, and they also have the Silo stablecoin. It's called USDC, and so you can see, just like what we are proposing for the Biomed City project, it has a stable coin, which is the Biomed City coin itself. That's for stability, for stabilizing for underwriting the large capital investment. So stablecoins are good because $1 represents $1 stablecoin is the same. So then, so these are very good developments that have happened this week, and keep your ears on the ground. And this is the summit you cannot afford to miss. I mean, you cannot afford that. You need to spend all your money to get there. So because so you can participate in creating the future, create the future together. Now, and that's why we have made it possible for you to even enter without paying a cent. Instead of you just invest a minimum of $10 and you participate. That's investment. You're doing it for yourself. You're not paying that money to anybody for it to obtain that NFT pass that that Barbara just spoke about. The NFT pass. It means you're obtaining some actual tokens, then go to the peer-to-peer market, obtain a certain number of BNBs, and then create a liquid pool, and that liquid pool will give you an NFT pass. That is the requirement. You must have that to attend the summit. Otherwise, don't bother coming. Stay at home, because this is not the project for lazy people. These are not for somebody to complain now. I cannot get BNB to do that. That is a confession of laziness. We don't want lazy-minded people, because this kind of work requires a lot of gray matter, and you have to be willing to engage your mind properly. If you're not willing to engage your mind, this space is not for you. It's really hard to deal with people who are unwilling to engage their mind to see the change that's happening in the world right now. Now, get in and get involved. And if you start saying, okay, now I can't even get BNB for myself, just say you can't get, because you will never get. Even if you come to the summit, you will never get any benefit from the summit, because it is written that those who have, even more is given to them, and they have abundance. Those who do not have, Even the little they think they have is taken away and they have nothing. So keeping complaining about not having is dangerous for you because you end up having nothing. That you would get no benefit at all by saying that I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. Those who do not have, even the little they think they have is taken away and they have nothing. So people who want to have nothing are not admitted to this type of work. People who have, and to have something is just to claim it. If just having a positive attitude and you say, well, I am getting in there. It's like going to school and refusing to study for the exam and then hoping that you're going to get to pass the exam. When the exam comes, you say you didn't study because, you know, the study was maybe too hard. Yeah, you can never pass exams if you do not study. See, it's as simple as that. That is for those who have. Even more is given. Now, for you to pass exams, it means that you have to put in effort. You have to put in some intelligence so that you can gain intelligence. You put intelligence so you gain intelligence. But you cannot gain intelligence by refusing to put intelligence. And instead of you putting your own intelligence, you say, okay, that is too hard. That is too hard for me. That's beyond me. Now that is nonsense. So people who engage in nonsense are not welcome. They are actually they are abhorrent. We don't like such people because they just causing trouble. They are like parasites. They want to consume the effort of others. So get your NFT, okay? That is a testimony to your diligence. That's a testimony for diligence. That's not a testimony for laziness. Yeah, and if anyone told you that diligence is something else, you would tell that person is misguided. Your NFT token, which you get by getting, wrapping your actual token with a BNB to create a pair, which you can put in the pool, and then you get that NFT. That is what's called diligence, and that is what's rewarded, not by myself, not even by Barbara or anyone in Actuate, but your Father in heaven. Mm-hmm. Because for those who has, even more is given to them, and they have abundance. For those who have, even more is given to them and have abundance. For those who claim they don't have, then even the little they think they have is taken away. Those are words from the great teacher, Christ himself. He told that he was quoted by Matthew, explaining those things. So if you do not want to have, you will never have, and of course you are going to end up in perdition. You know, where there's gnashing, gnawing of teeth, and weeping, and you see, like that parable we talked about last week of the wedding banquet where people are invited. And then one guy shows up without the wedding gown. Can you believe that amount of laziness? He was just supposed to go to the counter and collect a wedding gown, and then he shows up without wedding gown. Guess what happens to you when you do that? That's like coming to the summit without NFT. So, the hosts of the banquet said, listen, now this man, we have invited him here. Yeah, get hold of him, tie his hand and foot, and then throw him outside in the darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. So you don't want to be that kind of person. That's a lazy-minded person who does not have diligence. And then just because he's been invited to it, he thinks that he can just walk in and come and eat. No, this kind of thing is not for you. And so I just have had to emphasize that because you can see there's a lot of work that is put here. Then we have some very, very important people coming to the meeting, to the event. I say very, very important people. Now, you want to be a very, very important person by doing your diligence. These very, very important people coming there are accomplished because of what? They do not give excuses when they have things to do. So if you want to be among the very, very important people, do the very, very important thing and come and see and meet with those people. In that meeting, there will be nobody more important than the other in the summit. Is equal by equal peer networking. So you get to meet some very, very high profile people. And then you will prove to yourself that you're a high profile person. These high profile people, particularly now because of the Biomed City project, they range from very high level financier, who are people who work in international financing organizations like the World Bank. They're going to be there. Yes. I say that also some people from, say, International Finance Corporation, some international level architects, designers, and there's going to be people who are biomedical research people, scientists, engineers, physicians. You already know them because they're published on our website. Some of them are not published yet. There's going to be several government officials, different ministries. So, and some county government leaders, and these are people now also from different countries. So you want to be there. Then when you come to KU, do not come without your ID, all right? You are not going to be allowed to enter the gate because Kenyatta University is a government institution. Bring your ID, okay? If you're used to traveling without ID, now this is the one you should never travel without ID. By the way, that's irresponsible. So you, as a responsible human being, you want to be identifiable just in case anything happens. You know, you never know what can happen in a way. So always carry your ID with yourself. If you wear a dress without pockets, figure out how to put IDs in other things that you carry, maybe in your handbag, but always carry your ID. I think ladies are challenging this issue because they have multiple handbags. One handbag for Tuesday, one for Monday, one for Sunday. Why do you do all that? So many handbags. Then you cannot remember where you put the ID last in which handbag. Okay, I think that's the latest issue. I don't know anything about that. But maybe when you're changing your handbags, always just like you don't forget your cell phone. Yeah. Your ID and your cell phone are equal. So because I know even if you have multiple handbags, you never forget your cell phone. Yeah. So that's important. For men, you have your ID in your wallet, which is in your back pocket. Of course, you change your trousers almost once a week or every day, depending. So also always make sure that your ID is in your wallet at all times. Because if you don't have that, then you can get in trouble anyway. But then we are talking about getting through the gate at the summit. You cannot get through that gate without ID. That means you could have even created that NFT. The soldiers at the gate don't care about NFT. So they cannot tell them, okay, I have my NFT, here it is. No. That's why we're saying use your intelligence of the mind. You know, the soldier at the gate requires the ID, but the usher at the amphitheater requires your NFT. So there are two requirements, your ID and your NFT. And make sure you have both. Okay. So I think that's what I'd like to say about the updates this week. There's been so many other updates, and you'll be receiving an email or even check out your WhatsApp and you'll see a lot of new updates coming up. And I think it's the ceremony is here. Now just get prepared for the festival of the common, where the common person, because the festival of the common is where the common person participates in high finance. Yeah, it never happened before, ladies and gentlemen. And even where healthcare now, let's say health itself, it gets into capital markets. Never happened before. Let alone healthcare in Africa. Never happened before. Okay, so exciting. Very, very good. And I think thank you. Back to you, Barbara.
Thank you very much, Dr. Masharia, for reminding us about the summit. And also we want to appreciate you for the introduction of the idea of the free pass so that we can have those who cannot afford the $150 also come to the summit. And thank you, Cynthia Meli, for such an engaged and participatory discussion today. And to my audience, thank you very much for creating time to attend our session today. We've had the privilege of learning from Cynthia, whose passion and expertise in soil health and sustainable land management have left us with invaluable insights. And Cynthia's work with the Tuhifadhi Mchanga initiative serves as a powerful reminder of the critical role that the soil plays in supporting not just agriculture, but the overall health of our ecosystems and communities. The connections she made between soil conservation, the sustainable development goals, and a sustainable future have deepened our understanding of how interconnected these issues truly are. And as we reflect on today's discussion, let us carry forward the lessons we have learned that the importance of soil health as a foundation for environmental sustainability, the need for collaborative efforts, and the innovative approaches such as using efficient methods, the blockchain, to demonstrate the role of science and technology in soil conservation. So I want to encourage all of you to take these insights into your own fields of work and study. Let us continue to explore ways to contribute to sustainable land management and be ambassadors for environmental stewardship in our communities. And a special thank you to our guest for sharing your knowledge and inspiring us with your impactful work, and to our CEO for always creating time to speak to us about the summit and about Actuate Biomedicine. And we hope to see continued success in the incredible initiatives each one of you lead. And with that, I want to say that this is a learn to earn program where we teach you and reward you with Actuate tokens. So I have shared the attendance form to this session. And with that being said, I want to officially close today's session, and I look forward to seeing all of you in our blockchain class, where you're going to learn more about wallets, exchanges, liquidity pools. And that session will be beginning from 8 p.m. And let us create time to attend the session. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Barbara.